Is it really that hard for Christians to have more of a worldview than their little microcosmic view of things that go on? My God, the Haven. How did halal meat get into our supermarkets? Because America is a huge country for immigration, and because of that immigration, when you have people from other nations come here, oftentimes they will live in similar communities or they will be in a community. And if you are a good business person and you see that you have a huge number of people from India or countries like that, Persian countries come in, it will be smart of you to sell halal meat. That way you can then provide for those customers as well. So it's just good business practice. That's not that hard to understand. So I don't even know why your mind forces that to become something that's the Muslims or somebody is taking over, as much as just like you have little Italies, you have Chinatowns in places in Atlanta, Buford Highway. It goes from Latin to Asian to Latin and back to Asian because they all moved in that community. So of course there are businesses and grocery stores that cater to that community. I see Abrahamic religions are the same. I don't pick one. I go at them all. Okay, that's your prerogative. You do what you do, and then I'll go and I'll do what I do. How did Islam get into our jail systems? The same way as any other religion gets into the jail system. Because guess what? Every group produces criminals. So that's how you get it into the jail system. And oftentimes the thing about the jail system is that people will walk into a jail system being they'll be one religion, but they'll have some type of conversion because then they'll realize how wrong they were, and it might be the influence of some individual of that other religion that actually speaks to them. Some people go in Christian and come back out a devout Christian. Some people go in Muslim, come back out a devout Muslim. So that's really neither here nor there with that commentary. Why is it just as many mosques as there are churches? Because a bunch of Muslims have immigrated to America and a bunch of people have converted over to Islam. The same way that you got Christian churches popping up in Muslim countries as well as other countries around the world. Wherever people go, religion follows. So that's very simplistic. How is America the fastest growing Islamic sect? Because one, they're moving here. Two, Muslim people have higher birth rates currently than any other religious group, which is why around 2050 there will be more Muslims in the world than any other religion, and it's strictly birth rates and indoctrination of children. And then I don't have a page. I do this shit for real, not for likes. If that was the only reason that I was doing this, then I would have stopped doing it when there was only 32 people following me for a number of years. But the first 3, 4, 5 years, there was only like 32 people who followed my channels. And then it started to grow. I did this initially as a way of providing information for my children just in case something were to happen to me before they came of age, because they was much younger at that time frame. But just because people start liking someone's page doesn't mean the person is doing it for likes. You know, you got to get a bigger mindset. This small worldview is one of the reasons why there is so much bigotry and hatred in the world, because people can only see what's in front of them. You only see what's in Philly. In another comment, you talked about how New York has this huge community of Muslims. New York is one of the most popular cities in the world that people migrate to. You can say right now New York has a growing Ukrainian population because people have been leaving Ukraine and coming to America, and the first place they go is New York. It's just like I never understand how people who come from the Caribbean, they will move to New York. You can be leaving all that nice sunshine to go to cold ass New York. You know why? When you talk to those people, because that's the main place that they always hear about is New York, and so they move to New York. But just like now, a lot of people are moving to Atlanta because they've heard about Atlanta over the last 20, 30 years. But your argument is very, very small. But you have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.